All right. So, welcome back to another session of the Relaxing Fertility Yoga sponsored by the Fertility Partnership. My name is Julie, and I am at my home with my two dogs. And they might occasionally make appearances and or noise in the session. Or my cats might too. If that is the case, see if you can just let it all be vibration. So not good, not bad, but just part of this present moment and allowing for other creatures to live their lives just like we do. As always, just a few basic things to say. These sessions are designed for women, particularly going through the IVF process, but they're safe for women anywhere up through the first trimester. That being said, if you are just always listen to your body. So if something doesn't feel right to you, if you're feeling a bit tired, just listen to your body and respond accordingly. And then also, of course, partners are welcome at these sessions, men or other women. It's yoga's really beneficial for most bodies. My own yoga journey started 18 years ago. I had thyroid cancer when I was 19, and that's what started me on my own yoga journey. Towards trying to understand how to have better health, especially after growing up in a very unhealthy American context. So these sessions really are just all about giving you the space to nourish your body, to practice some self-care, to practice gratitude for all of the amazing things that are in existence right now. My dog's gonna scratch on the couch. Right, so we're going to start with a centering and a breathing exercise. And then I'm just gonna move this a little bit. There we go. My dog's kind of in my way. And then we're going to start to move through some postures just to open up the body, and then we'll relax at the end. And again, please feel free to just really spend the time listening to your body, nourishing whatever you can. Today I will not put on music, so please also feel free to put your own music on in the background. That can be really nice too. So yeah. Let's start. Either sit or lie down. If you've been at a desk most of the day, definitely lie down. It's just going to give your lower back and your hip flexors a little bit of a break. So if you do lie down, you can bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. And that's nice if you have lower back sensitivities in particular. Otherwise, you can just extend the legs out, letting them flop and splay. Or if you've got any yoga props, blocks, or also blankets, cushions, just things you might have around the house, please feel free to also use those. Okay. So, finding the position that serves you. If you want to sit up tall, you can do that too. It's absolutely fine. But once you find the position that serves you, either sitting or on your back, just take a few rolls of the shoulders. So you're going to inhale, roll the shoulders up, and exhale them down and back. And just do that again. And one more. And just relax your hands down, facing up for receiving energy or down for grounding energy. And then close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing or blowing the air out of the mouth. And just do that a few times. Inhaling calm. Exhaling, sighing out, letting go. Just of any tension. Letting go of any baggage from this day. Right now, you are here. Everything in the past is in the past. Everything yet to come is yet to come. So see if you can just drop into this moment with your body, with your breath, with yourself. And then take the awareness and bring it to your face. And just start to relax through the brow. Relax down along the corners of the eyes and the corners of the mouth. Loosen the jaw. And let that relaxing awareness cascade down over the shoulders, down over the chest, the back, the belly, through the arms, hands, and fingertips. Take it all the way down through your hips, your legs, and see if you can even relax your toes a little bit. And then from here, take the awareness and bring it back to your breath. And just start to deepen the breath through the nose. Inhale through the nose, take the breath down into the belly so that the belly rises with the inhale. Exhale out the nose and feel the belly fall. So we inhale, expand, exhale, contract. And then deepen the breath further. Inhale through the nose, fill up, belly, ribs, chest, expanding all the way up through the inhale. Exhale out the nose, chest, ribs, and belly contract. So some of you might be familiar, this 3-part breath is known as a Dirga breath. It's a foundational breath in pranayama or yogic breathing. So you can either stay with this, or you could come into an ujjayi or an ocean wave sounding breath just by constricting in the back of the throat and the epiglottis as you breathe. So it's a bit like if you were to hold a mirror up in front of your face and you wanted to fog that mirror, you would exhale. And then if you were to reverse that fog, and it will tickle the throat if you do that with the mouth open, it's almost like, it almost sounds like the sound of someone being a little afraid. So it's just that inhale and exhale with that wave sound. But rather than doing that through the mouth, like you were fogging and unfogging a mirror, you do it through the nose. And it's just this wave. Now, if you have a sore throat, it might tickle too much. I still have lingering, even after all these weeks, I still have lingering COVID symptoms. So for me, that breath is still not really accessible. So listen to that. If you have a similar thing where you might be congested or have a sore throat or you have some kind of lingering cough symptoms, just stay with that Dirga breath. And let's take about 5 or so more rounds of slow, deep breath here. Take one more breath here. And start to mentally ready yourself for movement. And just in your own time and in your own way, draw some movement back into your body. Just letting yourself stretch, roll around, yawn, sigh, just whatever feels good to you. And then from here, we're going to take the next minute to just slowly come up to standing. So take your time coming up. Just stretch out along the way, be expressive, be creative, be playful. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. Again, it's just some time for you to be in your body and maybe find a new way to come up to standing. Always trying to figure out the angles. Probably should move the dog bed. Okay. Again, if you're still coming up to standing, just take your time. Again, there's no rush. And when you do eventually make your way up to standing, just start to feel the earth underneath your feet. Actually, I'm just going to shut the door to the rest of my house here, just because I have both a partner and a lodger. We're both doing work right now, so I probably don't need to hear me teaching. Right, so today I really want to, and we've done this many times before, but today I really want to encourage you to both really feel your body on the earth, Just reminding yourself, connecting yourself, grounding yourself to the earth, being present, being here now. But then I also want to encourage you to invite you to really feel your own strength and notice how you speak to yourself. So if when I said notice your own strength, if the first thing you did was in your mind go, I'm not strong. You know, our bodies respond to our thoughts. There are so many studies on this. And if you are someone that's interested in these things, I highly recommend a book called The Intention Experiment by Lynn McTaggart. She's a science writer. And it's a very interesting look at things like how the studies around how thoughts affect things, how words affect things. And it's based, or the book is based on a series of different studies and analyzing a lot of data. It's really interesting. Very well done. It's not woo-woo at all. It's just using very, again, well-respected studies on this. So again, if your first thought was, I'm not strong, or I'm weak, or whatever, I really want to encourage you to start to change those thoughts. So if that is what you're saying, just remember that whatever you practice, you get better at. So if you practice telling yourself, I'm weak, I'm not strong, you're going to get better at saying those kinds of things. My body is, sorry, I almost just swore. I'm just going to say it, but without the actual word, like my body's effed up, or my body's so crap, or whatever it is you might say. You know, in the same way that your friend would respond to you saying that to them, that your dog would respond to you saying that to them, your body is responding to you saying that to it. And so I just really want to invite you to start to practice going, yeah, I'm strong, I'm here, I'm present, I'm worthy, I'm loved, even if it doesn't feel true. Even if it doesn't feel true, because again, what you practice, you get better at, and you have to start somewhere. Okay. We'll move now. Sorry, I'm done talking. Okay, so feet, hip distance stance. Let's take a big inhale, lift the arms. Oh, exhale, release. And again. And one more. And then inhale, lift all the way up. And then when you come up, interlace your fingers, turn your palms up to the sky. Take a big, big stretch. So we're opening up through the shoulders, through the upper back. And then turn back up through the knuckles. And then this time, I want you to interlace your fingers, but point your index fingers and your thumbs, so kind of like a Charlie's Angels thing. And then we're going to inhale and lift up. And then exhale, start to tip to the right. I'm just going to move so I'm not running into my bookcase. So we're going to tip to the right, and we're just creating that space through the left side of the ribs. Inhale, lift all the way back up through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale, lift all the way back up through center. And then interlace all your fingers again. Take your hands behind your head so that it's like just like a pillow back there. You're just supporting the back of your head. And we're standing up nice and tall, and then we're going to tuck the chin in towards the chest and let the elbows hang down towards the side of the head. From here, this is just a stretch for your neck. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Turn to peek under your right armpit. Just a very subtle turn of the head so that you get that stretch into the side of the neck. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, and exhale, right. Last one, inhale, center, and exhale, left. And then inhale, center, lift the head, lift the heart, lift the arms. And then exhale and swan dive and fold. Hang the head, hang the arms. And just give your head a few shakes, yes. And a few shakes, no. And again, yes, yes, yes. And no, no, no. And then from here, start to bend your knees. So you're curling into a little ball. We exhale. Inhale, take the fingertips to the shins and come into a flat back with, excuse me, oh geez, with straight legs. How long has this been going on? I think I've been dealing with the COVID symptoms for 3 weeks now. Let's exhale, bend the knees, curl into a ball. Inhale, fingertips to the shins, flat back, straight legs. Exhale, bend the knees, curl it down. Inhale, fingertips to the shins, flat back, straight legs. And then from here, play with taking your arms up. So they're just coming up to your sides. If you're feeling like you want a little bit more tonight, and that's if, you're going to take your arms out towards a T and then all the way out in front of you into superhero. This is a strong move for your lower back. It's a strengthener for your lower back, but sometimes it's too intense. So if it is, take your arms back to your sides. And then draw your arms back and reverse the swan dive up to the sky. Exhale. Start to release your arms so that your shoulders are coming down and you're just opening your hands up, receiving this moment, receiving this evening, receiving this time together. Because right now, there are many of you behind those screens and you are all doing this together. And in fact, you're all on a journey together. In fact, and it's a journey that I am also on with you. So, let's celebrate the fact that there is a community that is coming together right now, okay? So we're going to take an inhale here. And then exhale, start to bend your knees. And we're going to reach the arms out. So we're coming into a chair pose. So it's a bit like you're setting your bottom back and someone is offering you a chair, but you just don't quite trust them. It makes me think of elementary school. Maybe that was just me, but who knows? I don't know. Okay, so this is chair. This is Utkatasana. It's a nice strong pose. Knees are coming over the second toes, okay? We're not bringing the knees in like we have to pee. We're not taking the knees out like a funky dance, but just here, okay? So take an inhale here, and then exhale, bend even lower, taking your arms down. So you're coming into a ski jump, okay? And then inhale, lift all the way back through chair and back up into mountain. Take a moment just to breathe there. And we're going to do that a few times. I just realized that my heating is on. I'm not sure why that's kicked on. I'm going to go turn that off because I am sweltering. But I'm going to set you into motion here with a few of these and just go turn that off. So what you're going to do is start to bend your knees, take it down, and then take it all the way back into ski jump. Inhale, again, lift it all the way back up into chair. Do this a few more times. Exhaling down, really feeling the strength in your legs. Inhaling, lifting back up. I'm just going to turn that heat off. Okay, take one or two more. All right, my loves, take it down. Hold this here into that ski jump. If this is enough, stay. If you want more, take your arms out to a T again, or take them all the way out in front of you into superhero. This is very, very strong in the legs, okay? Exhale, take your arms back. Oh, and reverse up to the sky. Oh, exhale, release your arms all the way down. Inhale. Roll the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. Take a moment just to sigh out. All right. And just take a moment to notice your heart rate. Notice your legs. Just check in with your body. Take a moment to appreciate what your body is doing. Maybe your heart rate has gone up. It's naturally done that. You haven't had to tell it to do that. Maybe you're taking deeper breaths. Maybe your legs are aching a little bit because your muscles are going to get stronger from this. So again, our narratives really shape our reality. So if your narrative is, wow, my body has so much ability to get stronger, to have this life, to breathe, then we can live more happily than if we're in the narrative of, oh, my body's so rubbish. Okay? I know it's hard. I know it's really hard, but it's a practice. Okay, inhale, roll the shoulders up. Exhale them down and back. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Pop your chest. Oh, so we just get that nice heart opener. Take an inhale. And then exhale, put a little bend in your knees. Hinge forward from your hips. Hang the head, hang the arms. Oh, let those interlaced fingers hang back and away from your lower back. If you want a little bit more here, start to circle the arms around like you're using your knuckles to stir the air behind you. But it's just an isolated movement into your shoulders, knees and hips, never invited to this party. And we can take it the other way. Take it back to center. Ooh, draw your hands back down to your lower back. And reverse the swan dive up to the sky. If you get a little bit dizzy, I'm a little bit dizzy. Take a moment to just let everything even out as your arms come down. Just breathe. Again, remind yourself that you're here on earth. And then let's play with a balance. It's one of my favorites to play with in this class because not only are you stretching the leg and you're balancing, which is just good for you in general, but it's it's so beautiful to get also the heart and the shoulder opener here. This is such a common area to store stress and fear. So anything that we can do to start to kind of open that up is always a good thing. So feet are at a hip distance stance. And I really want you to feel all three corners of each foot, the ball, the side, the heel. And then just gently shift your weight a little bit, foot to foot, leg to leg. And then shift your weight into, let's go into the right foot. I'm just going to move a little bit because otherwise I'll kick my radiator. So moving into the right foot, again, feel all three corners of that foot. And then we're going to pick up the left foot into the left hand. Now, you might remember that there are different ways of doing this. You can also hold on to the inside of that foot rather than the outside. And if you have a sensitive knee, that might be a good option. So just hold wherever it feels right to you. And try to let the legs be together rather than let that knee kind of form its own party. And then find a drishti, a point where you can focus your gaze. And then we're going to lift the right arm up to the sky. And we just take a big stretch up, elongating the spine. Take an inhale here. And then exhale. Hinge forward from your hips. Reach that right hand out like you want to shake somebody's hand with it, and then you're going to lift that left leg up and back behind you. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. For anyone that is struggling with the balance, what you can do is you can face a wall or a closed door. You can put your hand, that right hand, onto the wall, and then you can start to come onto the forearm and lift up that way. So you still get that beautiful opener through the chest. You also get a shoulder opener here, and you get to open through the quadricep. So please remember that you always have options, okay? And they're all good. There's no need to should upon yourself, saying what you should do, who you should be. You're just right as you are, wobbly and all. And let's inhale, lift it all the way up. Very gently release and cross that left foot in front of the right. So now, do the best you can, again, to cross the legs. And the legs aren't actually going to try to kind of turn you out, and the hips are going to try to turn you out. Square forward. So hips are like headlights on a car, just forward. Otherwise it would be bad. And then we're going to just take the hands to the hips, gently hinge forward, and then let your arms come down. So we're taking a cross-legged fold, just feeling the back leg there. And then we're going to lift back up into that semi-airplane position with the arms and the chest parallel to the ground. And then we just reverse it up and unwind the legs. And let's just take a few deep breaths. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bow. And again. And one more. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, roll the shoulders up. And exhale them back. Excuse me. Okay. Now we're just going to take it to the other side. Just keeping it simple. Shift the weight a little bit, foot to foot. And we shift the weight into that left foot. Again, face a wall if you would like to use the wall. It's a really nice option. It's, again, using a prop doesn't mean that you're kind of chickening out of a pose. It actually offers something different. So you might be able to stretch more in that. So if you used a wall, it might mean that you're not getting the same level of bone density stimulation, because balancing is really good for your joints and for bone density, but it also might mean that you're getting a deeper opening. So again, it's not that one way is better than another. They're both just slightly different. So we're going to pick up that foot, right foot, and again, hold wherever you're comfortable holding. And then we take the left arm up to the sky. And then exhale, hinge forward from the hips, reach that left hand out. Find your drishti where you can focus your gaze, so not on me because I wiggle and wobble. Anything, just something stationary. And then inhale, lift all the way back up through center. Oh, and exhale, unwind. Cross your legs. Square your hips forward. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold. Hang the head, hang the arms. And push through the feet. Bring your chest and your arms parallel to the ground. And then reverse the swan dive up to the sky again. Take a big inhale and wind the legs. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. One more like that. Just making sure I'm keeping an eye on the time. Okay, release the arms down. And then from here, let's, if you're using a mat, step up towards the front of it. Just step up towards the front of your practice space. Okay? And then bring your feet to a hip distance stance. Oh no, one of my dogs is activating. What does he want? He was very unwell this weekend, but he seems to be okay now. Well, I guess it's Thursday already, but it's been a long week. Okay, so we're going to take an inhale, lift the arms back up to mountain, back up into Tadasana. And we're going to sink the shoulders, open up through the chest. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, again, take it into your chair, into Utkatasana. So it's like we're sitting back. And then we're going to do something that might feel a little silly, but that's kind of normal. Stay there. Just going to open the door for the dog, who's going to bark in a moment because he's going to want to go into the office with my partner, who surely has his headphones on. And then we're going to shift the weight a little bit, foot to foot, leg to leg. And then shift the weight into your right foot. And then start to lift up into Balikikasana, which just feels really ridiculous. It is a pose where we're flexing that left foot, lifting that left knee, and we're keeping the arms up in this kind of Karate Kid bent elbow thing. It's like a weird chicken dance. And then from here, we're then going to sweep the arms up and take a big step back with that left foot. So now we have right knee in line with the ankle, right toes pointing forward. We're up on the ball of that left foot so that the heel is lifted. We feel that left hip flexor. Take the arms up. Again, beautiful heart opening. Maybe your heart rate is going up a little. It's a little bit of a tougher class today, but again, so much of yoga is also about the hormonal balances. When we're really stressed, our cortisol goes up. The baseline for cortisol and progesterone are actually the same. So when your cortisol, the base compound, so when your cortisol goes up, it keeps your progesterone down. So anything where we can start to just release some of the stress is always good. So we take a nice inhale here, and then we're going to exhale. Turn out through the sole of that left heel. So now the sole of the foot is coming down, the heel is coming down, that right knee stays bent in line with the ankle. We're going to lift the arms, coming up into warrior two. Some nice strong poses here. Take an inhale, and then exhale. Take your right hand up, slide your left hand down the back of the left leg, opening up through the heart here. It doesn't have to be super deep. And then inhale, take it back through center. I'm just going to turn myself around so I can face you better here. And then as you come through center, just straighten out that right leg. And then I want you to turn all of your toes to the side. If your back foot is not in the same plane with your front foot or what was your front foot, go ahead and just wiggle your feet so that it's like you're between two panes of glass here. And then we're going to square the toes forward. If you have any lower back sensitivities, turn your toes even slightly inward. It doesn't have to be a deep turn, but just a slight inward turn, and that can help protect and be supportive of the lower back. So let's take an inhale, lift the arms up, and then exhale and swan dive and fold. Hang the head, hang the arms. Just come into a nice wide angle fold here. Let yourself sigh out. Upper body and head and arms just hanging super heavy. Then we can just do a little bit of spinal activation here. So
So we just hold on to the big toes with our thumb and index fingers. And then we can roll the shoulders back, open up through the chest. So we're just really arching, or kind of creating a flat back. Inhale. And then exhale, we just gently release and fold, hanging everything down again. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, roll it down. And one more. And then start to press through the feet. Bring your chest parallel to the ground again. Make airplane arms. So just spending a lot of time also doing some strengthening on the lower back here today. And then we're going to reverse the swan dive up to the sky. And we release the arms all the way down. The lower back is another place that a lot of people have sensitivity. It seems to be quite a contemporary affliction. It can be indicative also of feeling unsupported, whether that's in a relationship, in a family, in a society, in a workplace. So just anything, our bodies and our energy, they're so aligned. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I'm very chatty tonight, sorry. I had a black tea, which I haven't had in a very long time, right before this class, so that's probably why. We're going to take it in, I'll lift the arms up, and then turn your, right toes forward. So we're just going to reverse what we did. So right toes are coming forward, and then we're bending that right knee, and then we're going to helicopter the arms around, pivoting on the back foot, and we just take a big step forward, nice big reach up to the sky, and exhale, swan dive, fold. Hang the head, hang the arms. All right. And then from here, start to bend your knees and gently ragdoll your body all the way up so you're coming up towards standing. And then once you come to standing, we're just going to do all of that on the other side now. So we're going to take the arms up. Exhale, sink the shoulders so you're opening up through the chest. So we take a big inhale here. Exhale, start to bend your knees. Reach your arms out. Feel, again, that strength, that grounded strength coming up through your feet, coming up through your legs, coming up into your heart. All the way out through your fingertips. And then shift your weight a little bit, foot to foot, leg to leg. And shift your weight into your left foot. And we're going to come up into that funky balance. So we're going to then lift the right leg up. Weird arms, weird wrists. Balikikasana, this is crane pose. Woo. And then we're going to take a big step back as we take the arms up. So then, whoops, you've got that, you're up on that, the ball of the right foot, that right heel is lifted, left knee is bent in line with the ankle, and then we have the arms coming up, open up through the chest. And then exhale, take it out to warrior two. So that front knee stays bent. Sorry, this carpet's kind of slipping a bit here. There we go. So that front knee stays bent. And then we're turning out through the sole of that back foot. I'm just going to turn myself around so I might be mirroring you. So now, again, you've got that left leg forward. We've got these nice open hips here. Take a big inhale. And then exhale. Take the back hand down the back of the leg. And that left arm is coming up and over. And then we inhale, we take it back through center. Start to straighten that leg out, and again, turn all of your toes forward, and then just adjust. So again, it's like you're between two panes of glass here with your feet, okay? And we take the arms up to a T, take an inhale, and exhale, fold. And then from here, take opposite elbows into opposite hands. Gently sway a little bit side to side. And sway all the way back to center. And then one more time, we're going to lift the chest parallel to the ground, take the arms back, airplane, and reverse a swan dive up to the sky. Now, take your arms out to a T, turn your heels in. So now your toes are pointing out to the sides into a V position, into a V shape. Okay? We're going to take an inhale here, and then exhale. Bend the elbows, bend the knees. Okay? And then inhale, lift your arms back up into a 5-pointed star. Exhale, bend the elbows, bend the knees, take it down. So this is goddess pose or Devyasana. And goddess pose is a very strong pose, obviously. Take one more 5-pointed star. And then exhale, take it down into goddess. We're just going to hold this goddess and breathe, breathe, breathe. Nice deep breaths as we do. If you're feeling like, yeah, I want a little more, you can lift one heel and then the other and sink lower. That is some hardship on the quads. Shoot, I'll come out of this and then I'm gonna ask my partner to help the dog. Take the heels down. Woo! Inhale, lift it all the way up. And then from here, turn your heels back out so your toes are pointing forward. And then we're going to turn those left toes forward, create that warrior two stance, pivot around through the back foot just like you did before, and then take a big step up towards the sky. And we take a big inhale here. And then exhale, fold again. Hang the head, hang the arms. And just take a few deep breaths there in Uttanasana. This is a very physiologically relaxing pose for the body. It's a great one to come into anytime you're feeling particularly stressed out. Okay, so take 5 more breaths here. I'm going to help the dog. And then from here, start to bend your knees. Take your hands down to the floor and come down through a squat. Okay, so you're just coming all the way down into a frog squat. And then from here, let me just tip my screen. Oh, jeez. This dog, I'm telling you. He's always been a diva. He's actually, anyway. So we're going to start to roll down onto the bottom, or just help yourself down onto your bottom. Dude, what do you want? And then from here, start to come all the way down onto your back. And just take a moment to sigh out. Just feel your body on the earth. All right. And so once you're on the ground here, we're going to do something that we've done a little bit lately. So as you might remember, doing a deep twist when you're doing IVF or fertility yoga or first trimester or any really trimester yoga, doing a deep twist is not the best idea. So, and it's not to worry if you have done them, but it's just not something you want to engage with regularly. But at the same time, your back does need that movement. It's one of the major movements of the spine. So there are just ways of doing gentler twists and open twists so we get that movement without any of the compression that we want to avoid. So what we're going to do is take the feet wider than hip distance, and then drop the knees towards the right. Your left knee will not go down. Don't force it, you'll break it. And then we're just going to push off the inside of the left foot. So then we get this nice opening through the left hip flexor and the quad. And then we roll through center and over to the other side. And again, what we're also getting here is this nice gentle form of it's just like a semi-twist for the lower back. And again, we get to avoid all the compression that we want to avoid when we're talking about IVF, but still get that movement that's so important for the spine. Take one more to each side. And then come back through center. Now, once you have come back through center, I want you to find a comfortable position on your back. So actually for a moment, just take the knees into the chest, hug your legs. That might just feel really nice. And you can do a little rocking, a little swaying. We're going to rock and sway to center. And then find a comfortable position on the back, which might mean that your feet are on the floor with your knees bent. Fine for the legs to flop together. Or you might just want to take your legs straight out, letting them flop and splay. You could put a blanket over your body, a light cushion under your head. Just find whatever feels right to you. And close your eyes. And take a few deep inhales through the nose, with exhales sighing out the mouth. And then once you've sighed out a few times, just allow your natural breath to take over again. Close your eyes, really feeling the eyelids become heavy over the eyes. And just feel your body likewise melting down and becoming heavy against the ground. Again, just take this moment to allow your body to relax and integrate everything that you just did. And also to feel yourself grounded here on earth. Take a few more quiet breaths here. And gently draw some movement back into your fingers and into your toes. And start to stretch and then roll to one side. And then bring yourself all the way back up to seated. And take your hands into prayer in front of your heart. And just gently bow, honoring your body, your light, your practice on this earth. And thank you all so much for coming this evening. That's it for this week. Next week, I don't know whether I will be teaching on Zoom or whether I will have to put a YouTube link up. But as long as you sign up, you'll get the message as to which it's going to be. I'm going back to Portugal to work for a couple of weeks, and the timetable there really just changes with the season. So sometimes I can teach online from 5:45 to 6:45 because I might have a class at 7 there, but then other times the class is at 6 or 6:30. So it will just depend on whether it will conflict or not. But there will be a class either way, and you'll get those details either way. Okay. Good. Thank you so much. I'm just going to stop the recording.